Good morning, everybody. Hi, it is Renee here with Luminous Cosmetics, walking you through absolutely everything you need to know about doing airbrush and getting started from the very beginning. So let me turn on our ticker here. This is going to tell you exactly when we're going live and where we do live here on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So if you want to check us out, be sure to subscribe and ring that bell. Of course, let's check this out right here. This is your starter kit. So when you're just getting started with Luminous, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get your airbrush system. Now this is our icon system. You can also get a pro system or a legend system. We have our blush, two foundations, and a product called Love, which is absolutely one of my favorite products. So welcome. If you are new or just joining us, please go ahead and say hi in the comments because you are so important to us. Hi, Candy. Good morning. Let's get started. I'm going to do a quick demo for you because this is really what is going to make your event, like your experience with airbrushing, like exponentially so much more rewarding if you just do these few steps. It's only a few steps. They're not really rules. They're just ways that you're going to get the best out of your airbrush even sooner. So as everything that we are with everything, it's a learning curve and you have to learn a little bit. It's very different in the way that it feels in your hand, like it's just like the first time you picked up a makeup brush or a sponge. It's just something different. So we just want to practice it and do a few things to help us do that even better. So this is our stylus. You want to hold that with your hand just like a pen. In here is where we put our makeup, foundation. We can put our blush in there. We'll do everything in there. Of course, one at a time. And then this is the triggers. We want to pull back on that trigger just a little bit, and that's going to release our product. So if you've never used airbrush before, as you can see, it's blowing in the wind. We do have some air going here. The air will come out. The air will come out when you first get it. No, it's not broken. So what happens is the makeup goes through here. You pull back the trigger and that makeup is released into the airstream. So you want to keep your stylus moving as you go. You want to stay 4 fingers away from your skin, and you want to barely pull back on that trigger. All right. Hi, Michelle. Hello, Jackie. Hi, Patty and Amber. Good morning, everybody. So let's try that on our paper here, and we're going to try that out. So first things first, I'm just going to grab a foundation. In this case, it is shade 060 in our Silk foundation. Shaking that bad boy up. And the reason why I want to shake it up is a water-based formula, okay? So that water-based formula, it needs to be mixed those pigments inside. So we're just going to use a few drops here. This one is not about the color. This is not my color for sure. Hi, Tamberly. All right, so let's give this a try. We want to just barely start pulling back on the trigger. So if you can see all these tips right here. So we want to barely pull back on the trigger and keep that moving. And we're far enough away, as you can see. It's very tempting to come really close. I'll tell you right now, very tempting because we're used to touching our skin, right? So if you're really too close, that makes it really, it opens up for too much product. So see why we keep moving? In a steady stream. That's what's going to give us that beautiful coverage we want. And as you can see on the top, this does not look wet. This is where it looks wet, and you can see the difference. Now, this is why we recommend these few steps, not too many. This is why we recommend these steps, because if you are, when you start airbrushing right, even if you try to do this on your paper, you can actually be super successful doing that on a piece of paper at home, for sure. So what you need to do is, if you try it on paper first, just even once or twice, trust me, you're going to love it. So let's go with some foundation here. I'm going to use Silk and 040. Candy loves the silk. So we're going to shake that up, put a few drops in here. Now, the reason why we recommend trying it on paper was because when you first start doing your airbrushing, if you go directly on the skin and you're following these steps, you're going to barely see it. And that's the beauty of airbrushing. Like, you're not going to see how even everything comes across, because when you, oh, I had some of the darker in there. When it comes across, because it's so barely there. Does that make sense? So when it's so barely there in that airbrush finish, you're not going to see all of the makeup, which is exactly the point of doing airbrush. You're not going to see all the airbrush makeup. You're not going to see the weight. So when it's almost like when we get too far and we put too much, we've already made a mistake. So that's why I love airbrushing and trying it on paper first, because we can see it. Now, if you can see, we didn't see like normal foundation, you'd put like a, and then you'd rub it in, right? So this is different. This just magically starts to appear because it's so evenly distributed. Thank you, Jacqueline. This is a new nail adventure for me, so I don't know how I feel about it. It's new. I'm getting used to it, but I think my friend helped me pick out the color and the design. It's new for me. I'm usually a nail picker. Does anybody else pick their nails? Like, not my natural nails, but whenever I have anything on them, I pick them. So let's hope they stay on, because I like them. All right. So do you see that, guys? Super even. And what we don't see, like traditional foundation, is a blob, and then we have to move it around. So that's why trying it on paper first is super, super helpful. All right. Let's get some blush going on over here. So the last two products that you get in your kit for airbrush are Love and Tulip. Now, I haven't shaken these up. So as you can see down here, we've got lots of pigment. So we're gonna, there's also, you can see them? Maybe we can't see them in here. Where can we see them? You can really see that in there. You definitely have to shake them up. So we're going to add, Love is a hydrating luminizer. It's going to give you a beautiful glow. It's going to give you an evenness to the skin. It's just going to blend everything together with hydration. So it's just going to make the skin look radiant, but not glittery. So you can use this product under your foundation to kind of give your skin a little peek through glow. You can use this in your foundation to give it a little bit more glow, or give it a little bit more like sheerness. And you can also do the same in the blush. So you get a blush in your kit. This one is Tulip. So we're going to shake this one up. Yes, Elizabeth, you can use it under your foundation if you just want a little bit of hydration, a little bit of glow underneath, but you maybe want it to be a little bit more subtle. So it's really a great product under foundation if you don't want the glow to be as intense. So it can be used to add some hydration to the level of the skin. You can wear it by itself. It's really beautiful by itself because it just kind of blurs. It deflects light because it has a glow to it. So it just gives a blur effect. And I find that when I maybe do a little too much blush or what have you, when I put Love over top of it, it just softens it a little bit. So that's why you can use it it depends on the finish that you want. It's just going to give you a different just a different look. So I've definitely used it under foundation. I'm going to use this right now before my blush. And I'm just going to, I'm going to do it on one side. How about that? Let's do it on one side. And when I finish my look, all right. So as you can see, the light reflecting is super different, right? Elizabeth, that is love. This comes in your kit, but it comes in a smaller one. I usually use my bigger one because we're all about the love here for sure. So yes, and yes, Candy, using love. So that one, as you can see, do you see how the light reflects on this side differently? Because this side has love and that side doesn't. But as you can tell, it's not like a really big shimmery difference. It's very, very subtle. Just gives my skin just looks super healthy and supple and younger looking. And over here, it looks pretty because I have that silk on, just evening me out. Nice satin finish. And this one just has a beautiful glow. So, yeah. All right. Okay, let's add a few drops of Tulip. So if you listen to me and you come tune into us a little bit later too, and you hang out with Heather, who is wow, an amazing makeup artist, you're going to hear that we don't really have a ton of rules here. We have these suggestions right here that are going to help you be more successful in your airbrush journey. But besides that, we're not here to give you a million rules. And if you've never joined us before, you're going to see that sometimes we start with blush before foundation because we know that with airbrush, you can layer in just however you like versus where you're stuck with traditional makeup applications. It's very hard to put powder blush on after your foundation. So I'm going to pop this up here. Jacqueline says she loves love. It gives that inner glow. She loves it. So that's what a great call out for sure. All right. So let's do a little bit of blush. Now this one is Tulip. So a little bit goes a long way. If you're not a huge blush fan, that's okay. You don't have to wear a lot. Or if you're nervous about blush, because I'm going to just be honest with you. A lot of the time, we use products like foundation and concealers to neutralize colors in our skin, like darkness or redness. So blush can be kind of scary, but it's okay. I promise. Because when we go back and put some blush on top of our foundation, that's when we control it. So I know I have some redness in my skin, I take it all out and then I put it back in, but I'm in control of it when I put the blush on. I know exactly where it is and how much intensity. Now, if you are new to blush, try just 1 or 2 drops. Yes, seriously, 1 or 2 drops. You really do not need a lot. For me, I tend to like more blush, which is also okay. And I love having that option. So I put a little bit more on. Also, you can put, if you put like 2 drops of blush and 1 drop of love, that will make it a little bit more sheer as well. So if you're feeling like, I don't want too much blush, put a little love in it. It just softens it out a little bit. All right, everybody. So this side has the love. Oh, this side has the love. You can still tell, even with the blush on top, that this one has just a little bit more glow. My system just turned off. That is our, that just shows us that we do have that timer on there. So you don't have to worry about leaving that on if you head out of the house. All right, everybody, that is our airbrushing session for this morning. But don't you worry, I will be back at 10 a.m. Central we'll probably do some more summer makeup. I've really been thinking a lot about summer makeup and how we can just make the most of these hot days and give ourselves the look that we want, still feeling really good and fresh without too much amount of makeup. All right, let me just check on these comments over here, make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, thank you, Amber. Oh, everybody is having a good day so far. All right, everybody, Renee here. I will be back at 10 a.m. and I will see you then. Bye, guys.